Okay, welcome back. So today we're gonna go ahead and dwell on the subject of routing and navigation. So what is routing? Well, we're basically tying certain contents of our site to certain URLs. And navigation, well, basic site navigation, I mean movement within the site. For example, you click on a button and it takes you somewhere else, click on a link on the site and it takes you somewhere else on that particular site. So you're just moving from one place to the other on the site. So now what we shall do is split the home page and the account page. So thus far we have this account page, but we would like to have a landing page, which would be the home page, and then we will have the account page separately. What will we need to achieve this? Well, first off, we will require a home component. This will be the component that will be shown on the default route. So when you just open up this site with the basic address of the site, that will load. And then we need the account component, which will be separate from this, that will show the accounts as they are now, as you can see them on the site now. We'll probably have a link or something like that that leads to the account page. And the app component will basically display the base content, and within it, basically, router will be inserting content on demand. So I don't know, you have some sort of static content on every site, like the nav bar and the footer. Those usually remain throughout all the sites that get loaded. And that's something that we will leave here as well to be the app component. And then then within the app component, content will be loaded via the router. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it, and hopefully things will become clearer then. First off, we're gonna go ahead and move the app component CSS, HTML, and TS. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this and go into the account and then paste it here. Okay, so account, there we go. So we have pasted all three of them. Now let's go ahead and rename them. Rename, and this will become account. Just substitute app with account. So account, and this one. Account, and the final one. There we go. So that's all you need to do in terms of renaming and moving. Now we need to modify them to an extent. Now we need to go ahead and, right, just one more. Sorry about that. Now we need to go ahead and just modify them. We need to modify the HTML and TS. Okay, so in the HTML, we just need to delete certain things like, come on, from here, like just go ahead and delete this. And then down below, we will just go ahead and delete this. So let's just do a little bit of formatting. We can leave it like this. Okay, next up, what we need to modify is the app component.ts, and of course, keep on saving the changes. And app component.ts. Okay, so you can see that the paths have become invalid. Okay, so let's just do some deleting. That's all that we need to really do here. And the paths will become valid again, since we have been moving files around and renaming them. Okay, now just save it and let's go ahead and continue downwards. So here under selector, this is not strictly mandatory, but let's just type it in anyway. Accounts, we're gonna leave that there. So just go ahead and fix the path here. So it's not here, sorry, template URL. So app slash account slash account.component.html. And down below, again, pretty much the same thing. Account slash account. Okay, so we're just modifying the paths. And here we're gonna just go ahead and rename this as well. Account. Excellent. So that would be it in terms of changes here. That's all we need to modify there. Now we need to go ahead and create a home folder inside the app folder. So inside the app folder, just go ahead and create a new folder and go ahead and name it home. Okay, and within the home folder, we're gonna need to create, I think, 4 files. Or 2 files, doesn't really matter. I'll just check my notes for that. And let's go ahead and type in home dot component dot ts. And now we're gonna go ahead and create a new file, which will be home dot component.html. Okay, and now we need to go ahead and create the app component ts and app component.html since we have moved them. .ts, and we're gonna go ahead and create a new file here, which will be app.component.html. There we go. So we have recreated this one and this one, which we have moved and renamed. And we have created these 2 new files as well. So we need to basically populate them with some sort of content, and that is something that we can go ahead and proceed to do. Now, the home component.html. So this one, come on, double click, yep. So this is fairly short. You just type, I'm just gonna go ahead and type it in. I'm not gonna take it from my notes. I'm just gonna type in, welcome to personal finance. And this is going to be header 1. And down below, we'll type in header 3. This is the home component. This is the component. Let's just put a dot there, shall we? 3. And there you go. So that's all we really need to do there. Now, the TS is slightly more complex, so we'll need to add a few more things here. So import, we'll just need to conduct our standard imports. So this is nothing new that we haven't done before, basically. So these are all the things that we have done before. New keyboards, hate changing keyboards. Angular/core. Do you remember Angular core from before when we've actually conducted the updates? Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and type in app component. Okay, so we need a selector, and we're gonna do that home and template URL. So template URL. Let's maintain consistency with our coding style. App/home URL. Just a bit of a spelling mistake there. Home dot component.html. And that's it there. We're just going to go ahead and export class home component, and we're going to leave it empty like this. Later on, we will populate it with additional things. Okay, so now we have app component.ts. Let's go ahead and recycle some of the code from here. Let's just go ahead and copy this and go into the app component ts to save us a little bit of typing. So selector shall be changed to my-app. Template URL shall be changed to app.component.html, and we'll need to add the style URL. URLs. So here it's going to be app/app.component.css. Okay, and export class app component. We just need to rename. Oh no, yep. We just need to rename it to app component. There we go. So we'll just save it, and this one needs to be saved as well. I didn't save it. My apologies for that. And I think that should be it. Have we modified this one? So let me just go ahead and check my notes. Yep, we need to modify this one as well. So what we need to do is delete this. Well, maybe not. Can basically leave it. Let's just delete this part that I've tagged for myself, but I don't think that I should have any problems either way. So Control S, save, and that's it. So those are all the modifications that you need to do in preparation for the separation of the home page from the account page. I'm going to go ahead and bid you farewell here, and we shall see each other in the follow-up tutorial, hopefully.